Okay, hello everybody and welcome to the quarterfinals of the Gentry Open. We have Sander de Kank and Christophe Grégoire in our feature match. They both have received each other's deck list for a review. So I can talk a bit more freely about the contents of the decks. Yeah, good for us. So Christophe Grégoire, we haven't seen him in the feature match today yet, which is mostly because I expected to have him in the top 8. He's a very strong player, one of the best that we have in our event, and he brought a self-built deck. It's an Abzan mid-rangey deck, it seems. With a full set of a hidden stockpile, so a throwback to what Pepijn de Grijze was playing in the Invitational, with a little bit more removal. Sander de Kank in the meantime is playing what has been coined as the most aggressive deck in the format in black-red vehicles. And so the dynamic that we get to expect is Sander trying to come out guns blazing, doing as much damage as possible and hopefully finishing off Grégoire with some burn, while Christophe tries to stay as healthy as possible, as long as possible. And we're already on our way here with a Vessel of Nascency. And that is a Forerunner of Slaughter. A Forerunner of Slaughter for Sander. I'm not sure why the unlicensed disintegration is in the graveyard there. I need to be more on top of things. As we have a gifted Etherborn for Xof. So he has a very effective stop sign for the first bits of aggression from Sander, who is showing the other aspect of his deck with a Renegade Freighter and a Night Watch Lookout, Night Market Lookout. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the players have settled into a bit of a mid-game here. Xof does not have access to white mana at this point and looks to have a hand full of white cards. So he cashes in the Vessel. There's a Terrarian in there that could help him both draw and get to mana. But chose to take the deadweight in order to keep a more control on the board. Now with an attack from the Freighter running straight into the gifted Etherborn, that would mean practically clearing the table, which must sound like a great proposition for him. Scrap Heap Scrounger and another unlicensed disintegration. Clear the board for Sander, and Sander gets to attack. Again, Xof on 6 points of life right now. And Sander definitely living up to the name with his deck here. So did draw that planes he needs. Has some removal at his disposal and a Saurian waiting in the wings. Exiling the recurring threat, and now hoping that Sander does not have a power of creatures to win in the play, and in fact he does not. Only gets to attack with the Night Market Lookout here. It's oh, draws the Gifted Etherborn here, which is about just after sacrificing his second swamp, but has a Moldgraph Scavenger. Can't see if Xof has Delirium here. Let's say Pianalar, offering Sander. I'm pretty much assuming the win here. Not only will it be 2 damage, but also a flying creature. Cruise the Freighter. He can give it +1/+0, and yeah, that's enough. Christophe scoops them up. That is 1-0 for Sander. Now let's see what Christophe can bring in from the sideboard to stop the assault here. We have 1 Forest, 2 Appetite for the Unnatural, 1 Oblivion Strike, 2 Metal Spinners Puzzle Knot, 4 Self-Assemblers, 1 Vessel of Malignity, 1 Commencement of Festivities, 1 Myers Malice, and 2 Natural State. Now, clearly the Appetite for the Unnatural and the Natural State are interesting for the vehicles, but I'm pretty sure that Sander is aware of this and might anticipate this sideboard plan, but I see him taking out some of the artifact creatures, but not too many of them. Now in the meantime we have Sander the Kang's deck, where we see 4 Self-Assemblers, 4 Dunt Operatives, 2 Welding Spark, 2 Grotesque Mutations, 1 Oblivion Strike, 1 Swamp, and 1 Mountain. It's a recurring theme that the better players seem to have basic lands in their sideboards. It's an interesting topic. So I think it's the Dunt. So it's pretty hard to figure out a sideboard plan here, since yes, the Self-Assemblers are pretty bad. Since Christophe also has a token theme and they don't have any evasion. Taking out the Shocks is interesting, but then again Xof doesn't really have small creatures outside the Lonely Grim Flayer, and that's about it. All the other creatures he plays have 3 toughness, or except the Renegade Rallier, I suppose. I always forget if that's a 3/2 or a 2/3. Yeah, that's a 3/2, so those Shocks aren't that interesting. Yeah, it's quite a few options here for sideboarding, so let's see what our players make of it. For those interested in me saying Christophe is probably the best player in the room, he has, if I'm not mistaken, 1 GP and 1 Pro Tour top 8, so nothing to scoff at for sure. And we're getting ready for game 2. And they are ready. Okay. Let's hope both players have an interesting opening hand, so we can get some actual games on camera. Christoph has 2 Swarms and an Evolving Wilds, it looks like. And Sander has a Mountain, a Barrens and an Evolving Wild. So both players having quite a nice quantity and distribution of mana sources, which means we should see them playing their decks as they intended, as they designed them to be played. And the first non-land permanent on the board is Hidden Stockpiles. A card that swiftly became one of the cornerstones of our Gentry format, and which I'm looking forward to brewing in the near future with what Amonkhet is bringing to the table. This is also pretty much the perfect sequencing for Christoph, playing a Hidden Stockpiles without getting punished anything on tempo. There's a Night Market, a Lookout, and a second Hidden Stockpiles for Christoph Gregoire. So every time he triggers Revolt on his turn, he will get 2 servo tokens now. Okay. The Lookout comes in and with this ability causes a 3-point life total swing. A Renegade map gets sacrificed for a 3rd mana. And Sander will need to start mounting an offense or will get buried under a ton of tokens. Now a lot of his vehicles have a form of evasion, be it trample and or flying, so having a bunch of tokens on the other side isn't exactly as backbreaking as it could have been for other decks like black-green counters, but it'll still cause him some problems, of course. We see the Weldfast Engineer in his hand already, so that could turn into a 7-power trampling monstrosity next turn. And Christoph, missing a land drop, has 2 natural states in his hand. So feeling pretty safe from the freighter. Weldfast Engineer hitting the table. Ah, but Christoph does not have green mana. That changes the equation quite a bit here. We have a Deadweight on the Lookout as Christoph gets 2 servos for the Deadweight leaving the battlefield. Scrapyard, Scrap Heap Scrounger comes in to crew the vehicle. Christoph choosing to sack to Scry here, dropping all the way down to 3 against a deck that has reach. And there's a Dunt operative. Christoph again scrying, trying to dig for a sweeper or at least green mana. There's a fatal push in there, but will it be enough? Ah, he scryed in his upkeep. Okay, in that case he has a fatal push for the freighter after he sacrifice cries with one of the tokens. So yeah, Christoph can neutralize 3 different attacks here. Yeah, blocks, sacrifice, and there is the fatal push incoming to survive this turn. Yep. Again, staves off lethal for another turn. Oh, apparently Sander has a plan before damage. Plays Unlicensed Disintegration for the rest of Christoph's life to unlicensed disintegration for the last 3 points of Christoph's life total, and that is how Sander moves on to the semi-final, beating Christophe Gregoire on the way there. So again, a